Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Ron Phoenix. Today we're going to be playing some more Apollo Justice Ace Attorney. Last time we started Turnabout Serenade, and now we will begin the trial. Court is now in session for... How do I say that? Machi Tobai, Your Honor. The pixie of the orthopedic glow. Right, it's trial. Court is now in session. Defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution is A-OK, Judge. Very well, Prosecutor Gavin. My opening statement, yeah? No, actually, there's something else I wanted to ask you about. Yes? Say, you're going to visit someone in the hospital with the incurable disease. What do you say to them? I mean, you wouldn't say get well soon, right? You'd only be kicking them where they're down. What are you talking about? Actually, I'm going to visit someone who is terminally ill. Right after the trial, the Chief Justice's son. The Chief Justice? His son is afflicted with the most terrible disease. He doesn't have long, it seems. So I thought I'd go pay him a visit. I thought saying something moving right might be order of the day. Why don't grown-ups ever just say what's on their mind instead of just pretending? You're looking at me with something like disgust. Hey, what are you looking at me like that for? In any case, I'm a bit busy today, so let's wrap things up quickly. Prosecutor Gavin, your opening statement, briefly. You're in luck here, Judge. I believe you'll be going on your hospital visit sooner than you think. First, to review the victim in this case. Romain Latouche, age 35. The global manager for Diva Songster's Lamoire. The cause of death thought to be shot with a large caliber revolver. This report has all the details. The court accepts this into evidence. 45 caliber? That's quite large, isn't it? A direct hit for that could knock a man off his feet. However, the bullet struck him on his shoulder. The damage to his body was slight. Death was not immediate. Sadly, his blood loss was just that he could not be saved. I suppose the victim's condition might have been much worse considering. 2 shots were fired. One shot missed, the other penetrated and passed through the victim's shoulder. Both bullets were found in the wall in the scene. Observe the diagram. This is where the bullets hit. I see. The court accepts this evidence. If we're talking about a 45 caliber revolver, we must assume that the killer must have adapted as his weapon to use. Really? Yeah, apparently weapons that size have a powerful kickback. If, say, the judge tried to fire one, he'll break every bone in his body. The defense will take more care of choosing examples. As I was saying, the victim was shot backstage in the dressing room. The dressing room was only one entrance, this door. That does seem to be the case, yes. However, there are witnesses who heard the gunshots. He's talking about you and Emma, huh? Yet when the witnesses entered the room, it was empty, save for the victim's body, of course. But that's impossible! Exactly. The murder was impossible. For all but one person. One person? That is, of course, the defendant, Machi Tobai. Only the defendant could have committed the crime? But how? It's quite simple. The circumstances of this crime scene makes it clear. Very well, I assume you have testimony to back up this claim. Please show the witness to the stand. Your name and occupation, profession, please? Emma Sky. I'm a detective for the police department. I was on security detail in the concert form at night. Emma seems tired somehow. Security at the concert, you say? Some security I was. Couldn't even stop a murder. No, don't blame yourself. Things like that happen. I made even bigger mistakes in my career, you know. I'm sure that makes her feel much better. I want to hear about these bigger mistakes. In any case, because you were on security detail, the crime was quickly discovered, and we were able to identify the killer. You may give your court your testimony if you would. Describe the circumstances on that day and the discovery of the crime, please. Alright. Night of the murder, I was security backstage at Prosecutor Gabby's request. Only people involved with the concert and subway were allowed backstage. At the beginning of the third act, I heard shots. I went into the room filled with blazing rock music and found the body. I examined the scene and determined that only the defendant could have done it. It was lucky the detective was on the first of the scene. That door was the only way out of the room, right? Yeah, pretty much. I don't get it. How can they say that Machi did it? Looks like we need a bit more information. Very well. The defense may begin its cross-examination. The night of the murder was the night of the concert, yes? That's right. What was the detective doing at security detail, my ass? If it's only a concert. My thoughts exactly. But orders are orders, even when they come from rock gods. Prosecutor Gavin? Yes, allow me to explain. I smelled something that day, you might say. The stench of conspiracy. That day at the concert hall. Conspiracy? Well, isn't it obvious? My keys. The whole morning, the whole day was ruined. And it's all because someone stole my keys. I couldn't ride my hog to the show. I couldn't open my guitar case. There he goes again. Isn't it possible he simply misplaced them? Misplaced them? Misplaced items don't just wander into the murder victim's hand on their own. What's this? Prosecutor Gavin, if your keys were on the victim's hand, that makes you a prime suspect. Love, slow acting and new. Akwazik is waiting for you. He's singing something. Does everything with this guy have to be so over the top? The killing happened at the middle of my concert. I was like a sailor adrift in the sea of sound. Anyway, I did not want anything else stolen. So I put detectives in the most time on their hands on the task. Let's see, I can accept that. Well, I can't. What do you mean, time on their hands? Please, the testimony. We were let in, though. I didn't know about that. I certainly didn't invite you. I gave the frog no special permission to be there. I wanted to see her again. Oh boy, did you hear that? We're officially involved now. Gee, great. Some other hangers-on tried to get backstage, but I told them off. And no other outsider were there then. And then... I think we were having a chat when we heard the shots. You were the one chatting. I was eating snackus. Hey, no stacking in court. Are you starting Sasuke for Lamore's room? Yes, absolutely. Hey, I'm the one being cross-examined here. Here, this'll keep you quiet. Thanks. So, how about it, Emma? We were right there. I had a mistake about that. Please, either talk or eat. Not both at the same time. Right, so after that, me and Mr. Lawyer there opened the dressing room door. Rock? Larry, yes. When you say rock, you're referring perhaps to this rock and roll music that's so popular these days? That's right, when we went to the dressing room. Music was playing over the speaker on the wall. I heard noise from the stage into the backstage through speakers. That way people in the back can hear what they're supposed to be on stage. Did it have to be so loud? You don't listen to the Gabonese with your ears. You feel it with your entire body and soul. You always have backstage monitors at full volume. We walked into the room. The band was playing Guilty of Love, I believe. Maybe we should determine the time of the crime. If you could hear that music playing. And everyone upstairs of that song has a lullaby. Including myself. Anyway, I close up the scene and start my investigation. How could you know something like that? As I said, it was clear for the circumstances. Listen, we know there was only one exit for the room, that door. The small window only opened a tiny crack, and I was standing in front of that door. So, how could the killer have fled the scene? There's only one possibility, the air vent. But that air vent was too small, who could have possibly... Exactly. There's certainly no way to get through, or me. The only one who could have fit through was a child. A child? Remember, access to these groups were limited. Only those involved with the concert are allowed. And all the people involved with the concert. Only one is smart enough to be considered a child. The defendant? The pixie of the Archipelago filled up towards the sky, and disappeared into the scene of crime. But that's conjecture! Oh, is there no other way out of that room? You were there. You should know her forehead. And there's another vital piece of evidence. Evidence? What? Marks were found on the air vent girl. She said it recently been opened. Wait, what? And something else was found, quite clearly. The defendant matched to Li's fingerprints. What? What? Order! 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 That air vent was the only way out of the room. The defendant's fingerprints were found on the grill. A well-haired forehead? What fairy tale does this suggest to you? Ugh! Only one could pass through that vent that doorway to heaven. And that one is our pixie. Why are you looking at me, Apollo? Hey, I was not snooping up in the audience. This was his decisive evidence. Quite decisive indeed. I believe that's enough for that. The prosecution has a rather convincing case. The only way in and out of the crime scene was watched, making the defendant the only one who could possibly leave the scene. Simple and decisive. Ugh. I believe we've heard enough to determine our verdict. Even if I wasn't in a hurry to the hospital visit, I'm sure the Chief Justice would appreciate the gesture. Unfortunately, we have no direct witnesses. Fortunately, the criminal left decisive evidence for us. There will have to be enough. Ugh, it can't be over already. Very well. I believe this trial is finished. As the defense has no contradicting evidence, the prosecutor has presented a proof clear and plain. If you have contradicting evidence, it better be clear and plain. Apollo, they got us on the ropes already. Better come up with something quick. I know. Hey, let's get us out of this. We need evidence or a witness to prove what she is innocent beyond a doubt. Without that... Mr. Justice, do you have contradicting proof that can overturn the prosecution's case? If you do, you better tell us about it now. This is it. And so soon. If I mess this one up, it's all over. The court wants contradicting proof? Prosecutor Gavin, you claim that there's no other witnesses to this crime? Are you absolutely sure? Absolutely, I swear it on my career as a prosecutor. And on the million-seller hit song Equity, my love. There he goes again. That's too bad because there was a witness. Oh, really now? But how did you come to positive knowledge the prosecution clearly does not? Because I am the only one in the world who knows this. What's going on? I just talked to him and now... Ugh. He's alive! Mr. Latus, can you hear me? Cold. So cold. Don't worry, you're gonna be fine. Help's on the way. Can't see. Hang in there, Mr. Latus. Tell me, who is the witness? The witness is Silent. What? The victim said this before he died? Perhaps he did, and perhaps he did not. What do you mean by that? All we know is Herford has said what he said. There's no testimony, especially since it comes from the defense attorney himself. But it's the truth! He said it! I even told you about it! And apparently you ignored me completely! My policy is to fully investigate everything I deem relevant. None of this rookie lawyer thinks he can tell me how to do my job. That's enough. Mr. Justice, we need clear contradictory proof from you. This witness of yours is unknown to the prosecution. I hope you're right. Failure to create carries a stiff penalty. Perhaps a stiffer penalty than usual is called for? There's no backing out now. Let's hear the name of your witness, Mr. Justice. Loudmore? Recall Mr. Letsu's last words. The witness is Siren. Siren? Aha, you met the Siren! That's right, the Siren of the ballad, Lammoir. Lammoir is only on stage for a second set, and she had access to the backstage area. She could have been the witness. I see. Well, Prosecutor Gavin? My claim still stands. There is no witnesses to this crime. Very well. Let's hear from the horse's mouth then, shall we? We will not take a break from Detective Embuscade's cross-examination. Please show Lammoir to the witness stand. Lammoir will say nothing of the night of the murder. Not today, though. Today we'll drag that story out of her, no matter what it is. It is my distinct honor to welcome the Siren of Balance to our courtroom. You are too kind. You can speak English? Yes, I can. No, I am not very good. There's much I don't know. You speak so well. Have you spent time here before? Actually... I do not know how I came to my lodge up your language. Nor where I study it. What does she mean she doesn't know? I too thought I ought to call her as witness, but I did not. I had a reason, of course. What's that? Lammoir suffers from amnesia. Amnesia? Lammoir is not my true name. Yet I remember nothing of the time before I was given it. Nothing of the time before I started singing on stage. Well, she's even more serious than I thought. She's long singing around while she lives a good life. There's little difficulties for her thanks to her success. Yet, I did not wish to subject her to unnecessary stress. I see. I care surprisingly little about people's past. You have nothing to fear in this courtroom, Lammoir. Thank you. Yet, there is something I do not understand. I am being called as a witness? What might I say? No one tell me anything about what happened. Lammoir, let me be frank. I did not want you to be I did not want to ask you up here to testify. Yet the young gentleman with the white forehead over there is adamant that you stand. Oh my! Congratulations, Apollo, you're a bad guy. Ugh. Well, now that you're here, please give us your testimony. If nothing else, the sound of your voice is welcome. Tell us what you saw the night of the crime. As for what I saw nothing. That night, I was invited to sing on stage, and this I did. I did not return backstage after the second set. Then I was led by the police to Mr. Gavin's dressing room and told me to wait there. That's when I learned about something that had happened, but I wasn't told the details. I must say, you sound wonderful just testifying. I hope he was too distracted to hear what she was actually saying. Did she have it? She saw nothing that night. Now we can pray that the defense has a sense to admit defeat. I'm afraid for detaining here longer than need to be. Wow, you just got better, Apollo. Way to go. Very well, Mr. Justice. Keep it short and sweet. Lammoir wouldn't talk to me that night. The crime. She must know something, and I gotta find out what. I'm sorry, Lammoir, but I'm having trouble believing you. You remember this brooch, do you not? Why, that's Lammoir. She was wearing her in her song. Care to add to the testimony, Prosecutor Gavin? What? This brooch was found after the murder took place, at the very scene of the crime. What? Lammoir, how did your brooch get backstage if you did not go there yourself? And as Prosecutor Gavin has told us, you have been wearing it during your performance that night. What is the meaning of this, Lammoir? Please explain. Lammoir? She says English is quite difficult. That trick's not going to work here. Your forehead may be large, but you are a lawyer, truly. But you have missed one important fact. What now? In fact, at the time of the incident, I went backstage, but only for a moment. What? Think back to the moment of the crime. You know whereabouts I speak. Is she really saying all that? What's she talking about, Apollo? Right when the incident occurred. Is she talking about that? Watch this room for me. I gotta call for backup. Right, understood. You want to make sure no one comes in, right? Mr. Latouche, can you hear me? Cold. So cold. Witness. You're cold? Don't worry. You're gonna be fine. Help's on the way. The witness is Siren. Siren? How can a siren witness everything? Gibbs? Emma? Who's there? What's wrong? Emma, did you see anyone just now? Huh? No. I just want to hear the door close. Hey, look into the room. Just a glance, mind you. So, this is when your brooch dropped? That explains that. It does. There's no other time I could have dropped it. But that's ridiculous! You only look for an instant, but you drop your brooch? Your forehead. She had raised a possibility. The only thing that can counter that is evidence. So she looked in the crime scene. Actually, I intended to go into the dressing room. I knew nothing of what had happened, of course. The moment I opened the door, I heard a horrible voice. Kid forehead shouting, "Who's there?" No doubt. A horrible voice indeed. Ugh. Close the door immediately. Well, that explains the brooch. Let's return to your testimony. It's too convenient. He's hiding something. Landmark, you did look into the room though, right? Yes. Testify to what you saw. Very well, though it's only a precious of glimpses.
Gotcha!
The late Mr. Latouche's body, you say? Yes. You know something more about Latouche's death than you are saying. What? I can see you're trying not to remember, but the effort makes you swallow. You can't fool my eyes. It is true. It was so terrible after all. Why did Mr. Latouche have to be shot? One moment, Lamoire. Yes? What was that you just said? Why did Mr. Latouche have to be shot? Yes? She was hiding something, I knew it. Lamoire, I'm afraid you haven't realized it, but your words just now contradict the testimony. Eh? How could that be? Take this. Lamoire contradicted her own testimony, and I have the evidence to prove it.
Take that!
Tell me, Lamoire. How did you know he had been shot? Eh? Well, Immediately following the incident, a gag order was placed on the scene. This is a document proving that. In your testimony, you told the court, "No one told me anything about the incident." Furthermore, you testified that you have seen nothing. Yet you know that Mr. Latouche had been shot. How could you have known? York! Lamoire! You weren't hiding something from this courtroom, I hope? The sweet song of hers was sounding a little too sweet. Do I remember? Please, let me have my testimony. Of course. All we want to know is the truth. It looks kind of pale, huh? You saw something, I know it. Even the victim said so. Lamoire, they called you the siren of the ballad, but lies are hardly becoming such a creature. A put-down worthy of our prosecutor, Mr. Justice. Such put-downs are highly common to you, Apollo. Stop polishing your forehead and start polishing your character, y'all. Come on, can I be cool for once? Observe the diagram. Lamar, you look from the door just for a moment, correct? Yes, that is so. There were bullet holes in that room, yes? But they were on the wall the door is on. You see? Assuming you merely glanced into the room, you could have seen those bullet holes. Yarr! Lamar? Yes? I'm afraid the defense has raised a good point. It appears you have been holding back something. I must tell you? I must tell you what it is I saw? Yes. This happening to this trial is being recorded, and I'm certain it will be of the news in Virginia. You understand your reputation is at stake. It falls on you to avoid tarnishing it. Personally speaking, I still believe that cross-examining her will yield us absolutely nothing. But she knew how Mr. Latouche died, and he named her as a witness. You must have seen something, Lamar. Very well. Lamar, please continue your testimony. Very well, I shall. I was on my way back to the stage on the backstage exit. There's something like a little window there. That's how I saw it. For 2 shots, I couldn't do anything to stop it. But it wasn't Machi. It was a grown person. I know it was. So you did witness the crime, and the killer was a grown person, you say? This is my first time hearing this, I assure you. Nice play here, Forehead. Very well. Here, Mr. Justice, you may begin your cross-examination. Great calling, Apollo. You were right about Lamar. What's wrong? You don't look too happy. This whole thing smells fishy. That's what's wrong. A grown person? That's a little vague. I am sorry. My skill with your language is lacking, I know. Certainly you could at least see whether the shooter was male or female. It was a man. A young man. Are you sure of that? Yes, his voice is quite clear. Voice? Looking at this diagram, it seems the dressing room was quite clustered. It does seem likely that you would have a clear view of the shooter. The singer really more in my ears than my eyes. When I hear a voice, I do not forget it. A voice. It's the voice of a man. So you heard a voice, but wait. Couldn't I have been the victim, Mr. Latouche? Absolutely not. Didn't I just not say that I do not forget a voice? If it was Mr. Latouche who speaks, I would have known. Indeed. So you were at the window and you heard a shooter's voice, the voice of a young man. Apollo, this is good testimony. It proves it wasn't Machi. Indeed. If this turned out to be true, it will cast the case on a considerably different light. What is the defense opinion in this testimony? Though it pains me to say this, there's something about Lamar's testimony that rings false. Bravo, Hair Forehead. You're colder than I thought. I'm sure you remember what the problem is as well as I do, Gavin. As have been established, no grown man could pass through the air vent. He couldn't have fled the scene of the crime. But that means Lamar has to be lying. I know, and I know it's bad for our case, but I can't shut my eyes to this. Believe me, the idea was tempting. As the Hair Forehead says, yet this is not the only contradiction within her testimony. What's next? What are you talking about? Lamar, I understand why you would want to protect Machi. Yet remember, you are the sergeant of the ballet, and lies do not become such a creature. What does the prosecutor mean? Apollo, what is he talking about? How come no one bats an eye when I say stuff like that? I recall the state of the crime scene quite well. The state of the room? Yes, and when the murder took place, the window was closed. I find it hard to believe you could hear a voice through it. What? But I'm sure. Lamar, I have nothing but the highest regards of your musical sense. But my opinion of you as a witness is somewhat lesser. But she's the only eyewitness we have.
Objection!
So do you say? But the victim named her, the siren, as the witness? That's right, that's what Mr. Latouche. We heard your claim, we even established the possibility and brought us to this. Here, Judge. Yes? The prosecution requests that the witness be excused. Please. I'm afraid I must honor the prosecutor's request. There is indeed a question to this witness' credibility. But if Lamar can testify, we don't have a chance to prove him on his injustice. The cross-examination is over. Prosecutor Gavin, you may continue making your case. Danke. Now, where were we? Ah, yes, I would like to hear from Fellow Detective again.
Objection!
Wait, let me hear Lamar's testimony one last time. Well, the cross-examination is already over. Until such a time as a need is arise, this witness may leave the stand. I'm sorry for not being more of the assistance. Alas, back to the real trial. Ready here, forehead? I hope I didn't miss my only chance. Fellow Detective, how far are we gone until we were so rudely interrupted? Don't ask me! I just like saying the same thing twice. And I never repeat the song for Nordcore. So you would, Miss Sky? I believe I was saying that the only way Mr. Latouche's killer could have escaped was through the air vents of the ceiling. Oh yes, there was only one door to the room, and the witness, you, was standing in front of it. That air vent isn't very big, see? Kinda limits the people who could possibly get through. I certainly would have a difficult time. I certainly would have a difficult time. You sure would, not that you would have been there in the first place, though. Remember, the whole backstage area was off limits to people not involved with the concert. The only one who meets the conditions that are killer is the defendant. After two hours performance, you could have put it better myself. Does he state the clear case? No, reading the report, something caught my eye. Oh, what's that? The circumstances of the defendant's arrest. The circumstances? Again? Hey, that's right, Apollo. Remember when we found Machi? It was bizarre. She's right. Why did Mr. Latouche's body disappear from the room? It ended up atop of that stage tower. Holding the guitar, no less. A preserve observation here, Judge. Thanks. It's kind of an accident, really. But you work on this job long enough. You could get a nose for things. The judge sure seemed pleased with himself. Very good, Fellow Detective. Perhaps you can tie it all together for us? Why was the body moved? And how does that lead us to the killer? Only Machi saw the body because of some lyrics. He moved the body to match Lamore's song. No one in this country had a motive to kill a victim. Machi practically left his signature in the scene. All this evidence clear points to the defendant. Lamore's song? Yes, the guitar Serenade. You noticed its code too, did you not? Its code? All the events that day follow the lyrics to our song. First, the keys my heart held on so tightly were stolen. Then Prosecutor Gavin's guitar burst into flames on stage. Mr. Latouche's life was taken by a bullet. The rest hardly needs explanation. Guitar, guitar, up together to the sky. That's mad. It's like a story out of some fairy tale. I admit, I forgot about the song. But there it is now, waiting for me, the grand finale, as it were. Hey, you know what? I was the one who first noticed that. I heard a jumping ropes of song and counting the two songs. A killing? It's a wild world out there here, Judge. Very well. We heard one song and dance, let's get on to the next, the cross-examination. I'm not so sure I'm gonna drag my singing. What do you mean by a signature? The bullet holes in the wall, of course. A bullet hole? The revolver was fired twice. One shot missed. I left a hole in the wall. And that means what exactly? The dressing room isn't exactly spacious. Picture the shooter facing off with the victim in there. They can't have been more than 5 feet apart. It would be difficult, almost impossible to miss in that range. Difficult to miss, you say? Very. Assuming the shooter could have possibly aimed. No, you can't be serious! Machi, he can't see! That's why he missed? It is the only explanation that makes sense. To use sound and other senses to fire the gun. Poorly. Frankly, the monitor in that room was flaring at the time, yeah? Highly addictive visions were tracking by sound. Blind shooter. No wonder he missed. I knew those bullet holes would come back to haunt me. Thank justice, what do I do now? Sure, there were bullet holes left in the wall. But that doesn't prove the shooter couldn't see. Oh, how so? Well, there could have been a struggle with the victim. That's really possible. And it might have been the revolver's fault. The revolver? The revolver was a very large caliber, correct? If the shooter wasn't used to fire such a large weapon, why, it would dislocate their shoulder. Exactly. The defendant Machi Tobae is, as you can see, tiny. It's not so hard to picture him firing a gun and missing entirely. The kickback alone would have thrown off his aim. A convincing argument, to be sure. Take that, smoke prosecution! Apollo? Huh? What? I bet about Machi being tiny. And the gun throwing off his aim? Aren't you kind of, admitting that he did it? Oh. It does not matter why he missed. What matters is that the shooter was without a doubt a defendant, even with the defense trying to agree on the point. Christ, I really put my foot in it this time. But let's get to the facts of the matter of the record. If you would, Frau Detective. Very well, the defense will add this to the testimony. Right. In the state of the crime scene, I conclude the shooter was blind.
Objection!
Prosecutor holds that the shooter couldn't see? A scientific conclusion based on a thorough examination of the crime scene, yes. Apparently not thorough enough. I have a certain piece of evidence that completely overturns your claim. What? This is that evidence. Photograph of the crime scene? I don't care much about the smirk of prosecutor guy in his face, but this is no time to think twice. Time to press on. Yes, Your Honor, the crime scene. There is something in here that decisively contradicts the prosecutor's point. And perhaps you can show us this something? Get your finger out on the breeze and put it to good use, yeah? Very well. Show us what you're talking about, Mr. Justice. The contradiction of the crime scene is...
Take that!
The contradiction is right here! You have blood stains? I thought it was just my blurry vision, but it really was blurry. The way the victim's hand was raised above his head. Much like a gesture I have seen many times in this courtroom. It's almost as if he wrote something. I get it. At least I think I get it. Took what for long? When Mr. Latus was shot, he tried to write something. And what would he write but the shooter's name? And what would he write it in his own blood? Pretty good, huh? Thanks for making my point for me. Yes, in fact, that's what I think happened here. It does seem to be a distinct possibility. Victor wrote this the killer's name. It's certainly a logical conclusion. Drat, I just wish it wasn't all rubbed out like that. Of course it's rubbed out, right? If I was the killer, I certainly wouldn't want to leave my own name behind. Neither would I. No one has anything else to say? About what? So the prosecutor accept this? You agree this was the victim making an attempt to record the name of the killer? And then the killer tried to rub his name out? What's your point? What's my point? Let me ask you this. How did the killer know the victim was writing their own name? Oh, Mr. Latus was writing something in blood once the killer saw what it was. Wait. Once he saw what it was? But what did you just testify about the shooter? I said they were blind. Ah! Yet the crime scene itself contradicts that. The killer has to be able to see. Why would they rub the name in blood otherwise? May I remind the court that defendant Machi Tobai is blind? He could have seen the shooter! Impossible! Order! 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 Prosecutor Gavin, please explain to me what this all means! I mean, looking at this photo, it seems quite clear that the shooter could see, yet up until now. It seems I owe the court an apology. The Cavaliers were a band with law enforcement ties, yet a murder occurred during their concert. Apparently this caused some confusion over jurisdiction. As a result, some reports are now filled with entirely time manner. I'm not sure I like the vibe I'm getting here. Hey Apollo, look at him. Why is Prosecutor Gavin all relaxed and smiling like that? Like he knows something we don't. And he's about to tell us. I got an idea. Let's rock with these documents. But before that, I have a question for the fellow detective, if I may. What? Tell me, why do you think that Machi Tobai is blind? Huh? What did he say? What are you saying? Of course he's blind. Of course. He's the blind pianist, right? So he's... Doesn't Lemore leave him around by the hand all the time? No way. I have a report here of the document. Defended. Machi Tobai. According to this, Machi Tobai can't see perfectly well. What? Blindness is merely publicly employed by those clever board genius. Can't see quite well. But you said... What did I say exactly? Kid Forehead, not once in the course of this trial have I claimed the defendant was blind. The only one who did was Flannel Detective. Well, that's a significant fact, yes. Consider any Machi Tobai sees, and he is the only one who could have fled through the air there. I see no problems with this. But what about the bullet holes in the wall? Yes, the bullet holes. I think your Forehead nearly explained those for us. He didn't miss because he couldn't see. It was the kickback of the .45 caliber revolver. A simple action, in other words. How's that? I'm afraid your objection just have flown off the brighter sky. And this is where the real fun begins here, Forehead. Yarr! He knew he didn't have what it took. You jerk! What was I here for? Comic relief? Yeah, apologize! Oh, sorry. There's no way to apologize! The anger of the truth, see now. Look out. If we please end the bickering now. Whatever, I'm not leaving. I can't leave like this. I'll come up with some clue or stop in this case if it kills me. But your testimony has already given us enough to convict the defendant. Ugh, don't say that. Aha, what? This bloodstain. Criminal tried to wipe it off, right? That seems to be what happened, yes. We were to find out what was really written here. Really? You can do that? That's right. But this. It's called luminol. Maybe you know of it? It's a chemical that reacts to blood. Ah, yes. Have we done those tests yet? Huh. As if I'm going to tell you. The bloodstain covered a section of the carpets. In order to perform blood tests, a section was removed and submitted. Perhaps we could request it here in the court now. Right, go for it, Apollo! Huh? I'll have to do the test? You just have to spray the luminol on it. Simple. A chemical that reacts to blood. I've heard of this somewhere. Yes, I believe analysis is called for. How about it? Right, ready? It's easy as pie. Just press A to spray the area. Here, give it a try. The eyes of the entire court is focused on me. Paul, your hand's shaking! Ugh, I can do this! Wow, it really works! This must be the power of science! It says IPXX314206. That's the killer's name? Maybe it is, if the killer was a robot. Aha, I have it! What is it? I thought those letters IPXX looked familiar. This is the Interpol ID number. Interpol? You mean the International Police Agency? Yes, most are undercover agents working to solve international crimes. But why would he write that number? Why would Mr. Latusi even know the number like that? Good show, Problem Detective. Rock on. Your Honor, you can verify this number immediately. Darian, are you there? Come up to the witness stand. Darian, you heard what we need. Go check into this ID number. Sure thing. Give me 30 minutes. No, give me 27. I'm not sure what to think of all this. Prosecutor's case is airtight, so it seems. Yet, if this number is really that of an Interpol agent... Oh, wait, I know. What if Machi Tobai is really an undercover Interpol agent? That would be a possibility. A possibility, yes. And one that would mark him as a killer for certain. Why would Mr. Lachus know an Interpol ID number? That's what I want to know. Well, we have some time while we await Darian's report. Let's work on unraveling another mystery, shall we? A curious mystery concerning Machi Tobai. What are you talking about? For a long detective, please accept my apologies. I received word that the defendant could, in fact, see just before the trial began. It seems too much of a bother to tell you. You had me until the last bit. Does this not raise another straightforward question? Well, sure. Why would Machi pretend he couldn't see? Exactly. It makes little sense. What do you think, Herr Forehead? Huh? Me? Machi Tobai pretended he was blind. Do you know why? How could he know? Wait, Prosecutor Gavin knows why, doesn't he? I know for the start of the trial. He's been leading us this whole time. Something wrong? Do you think perhaps this is some kind of a game? No, the moment I heard the report, I knew why. I suppose people who have sold over 1 million records really are something else. What does that have to do with everything? There is a reason why Machi Tobai pretended to be blind. But it wasn't for his own sake, getting the picture now. It wasn't for himself? Well, Mr. Justice, can you present evidence that shows why the defendant had to regain blindness? Machi had no reason to pretend he couldn't see. Which means, no, it couldn't be. Good show, Kid Forehead. It seems you thought of something. Why can't I figure these out on my own? I hate having to take my cues from this guy. Very well. Look at this. This is why he was pretending he couldn't see. That is... Lamore? Lamore and Machi Tobai. Recall the relationship. In particular, the unique arrangement over the years before visiting our country. Lamore and her pianist. They would always walk together, she leading him by the hand. Even when she got on stage, she would lead him to the piano. She would walk all the way there with him. That's right, because she was blind. She led him at all times, never letting him go. All times? Yet, we had just learned something that makes their arrangement particular indeed. Machi could see. Why did they have to keep up this act the whole time? Well, wasn't it part of their performance? I think there's a simpler explanation. Machi did not need to be led by the hand at all. That can only be one thing. Really? Really? It is all the way around. The one who needed to be led by the hand was Lamore. What's this? Well, you mean to say that Lamore is... she's... Yes, Your Honor. Lamore is blind. What? Order! 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 This is crazy, Prosecutor Gavin. Ethan, now. Please shed some sanity on this madness. The defense had made an outrageous claim. The only thing outrageous is the defendant is his vast forehead. Yet I see it not vast as vain this time. It's quite correct. But that makes no sense! Yeah, wasn't she supposed to be the landscape painter of sound or something? Well, since we had her here, why not ask Landmore herself? I believe she is still in the witness waiting room. Apollo, what does this mean for our case? Don't ask me, I have no idea what she couldn't see. I haven't even imagined it until now. Bailiff, bring in Landmore. Landmore, I pain to be able to call you before us again this way. Yet I must. Please do not be concerned on my behalf. Sorry, you really can't see? Really? It is true. How funny is it that a tiny light born in the Borginian countryside will one day grow to entangle in the entire world? So you are... Yes, as I mentioned before, I have no memory of the time before I became Landmore. No two that my members begin in darkness. The word light has no meaning for Landmore. I see. You may recall me saying something towards the beginning of this class forehead. What's that? I believe I said it was unfortunate this current had no direct witnesses. Ah, now Landmore, I must ask you to stand once more. Will you testify to the court about your eyes? Of course. It was not my attempt to deceive any of you. May I begin, Your Honor? Yes, of course. Though I admit, I'm a little lost here. I think we're all a bit lost here, Your Honor. I have no memory of the light. I debuted in the world of darkness and sound. The producer came up with the PR line before I knew this. So silly as it may sound, I had to pretend I could see. Everyone on my staff knew, of course, but no others. But this is a murder trial. I apologize, it was part of my contract, you see. I was to get my blindness a secret no matter what. Music is everything for me. I could never imagine it like this would. She told us the truth in the beginning. When she said she saw nothing. Very well. Does the defense have anything to add? I'd like to cross-examine. But what is there left to ask? There's only one thing in my testimony that bothered me. Perhaps it's best you get it out of your system. Someday you'll come to understand the importance of thinking for yourself. Very well, defense may proceed. However, be aware this court will not tolerate any questions deemed too stressful to the witness. Okay. There was one part that bothered me. Just let me ask about that and I'll be happy. When you say your staff, do you include Mr. Latouche? Of course, he was my manager, so he knew, and that's what's been bugging me. Something the matter, Mr. Justice? I believe I know who is bothering his young defense attorney. You were thinking when you discovered the body, yes? Is he right, Apollo? Yes, I was. He's alive. Mr. Latouche, can you hear me? Cold. So cold. Witness. You're cold? Don't worry, you're going to be fine. Help is on the way. Sure. Hang in there, Mr. Latouche. Tell me, who was the witness? The witness is... Mr. Latouche told me to ask the witness and he named you. Why would he do that? He knew you were blind. I don't know. What did I just say? You need to learn to think for yourself. Meaning what? There's no mystery here if you recall everything he said. Think of his last words once more. The witness siren? We've heard them many times along with a little play acting for our defense. I don't remember that well myself, but that statement is not what I prefer. I mean what he said before that. Before? What came before that? Ah! That's right. He tried to tell you. When he said can't see, he wasn't talking about himself. He was talking about the witness! I see! Too bad the defense did not. Well, Herr Forehead, have relaxing and look through the facts first next time. Ugh. Order! Order! Call Landmore's earlier testimony. I was on my way to the stage to the backstage exit. There were 2 shots. I couldn't do anything to stop it. But you could have heard those gunshots. I thought we'd proven that. That is not the most important point here. The moment he was shot, Mr. Latouche witnessed her through the window. What else would he name her as the witness? Ah. But I really did hear them. 2 gunshots. The man's voice. Unfortunately, such a thing was impossible. The window was closed. We hovered on the simulation, of course. But it was so clear until I heard that voice again. I wouldn't know it for in an instant. Your Honor! What is it, bailiff? Can't you see we're in the section here? We have the results back from the investigation. The investigation? Ah, the Interpol number that Mr. Latouche left us. Well, let's hear it. We will continue this cross-examination afterward. Mr. Chris Sen, your report, please. I asked Interpol about the number. I'm sure you'll find their answers intriguing. Good work, as always, Darian. Well, tell us about the number. Is the defendant a secret agent? RPXS 314206. The ancient register under this number was Romain Latouche. What? Our undercover Interpol agent was Mr. Latouche himself. He was apparently in the middle of an operation. So, where did he write those letters? He was trying to tell us his own identity, and the cautious killer tried to wipe him away. Mr. Latouche was an undercover Interpol agent? So him being Landmark's manager was just a cover, most likely. There's one other important detail I found. Well, out with it. It concerns a 45 caliber revolver, the murder weapon. Apparently it belonged to Romain Latouche. He had an Interpol permit to carry firearms, and the registration number of the revolver matched. So the victim was killed with his own weapon, which makes sense. It's hard to imagine someone who wasn't an Interpol agent with such a large revolver. So the victim was an Interpol agent on the undercover op? I wonder how that ties into everything. Got to tie in somehow, you think? Yeah, somehow. Thanks for looking into that for us, Detective Chris Sen. It's a great help. Oh, no problem at all, Your Honor. I'll be heading out. Wait. Lamar? Is something the matter? That voice just now. Darian? Mr. Darian, is it? It was him. I am sure of it. It was him? You weren't saying... That voice I heard, talking to Mr. Latouche, when I heard the gunshots fire. It was him. It was Mr. Darian. Is this some kind of joke? What? No way! Courtroom fell into such a chaotic state the trial had to be suspended temporarily. I've never seen that happen before. Of course, it's not every day that you get an accusation like that. Lamar, fingering Detective Chris Sen. Not only has he the guitarist, but he's a detective. It really has been the voice Lamar heard? Things are changing fast, and frankly, I wasn't sure I could keep up with it. Hey! No weeping out now, Apollo! Ooh. I think we could go one more. We'll do one more part, yes. Hey, Apollo! What? Well, actually, nothing. I mean, something, maybe not. Out with it! The suspense is giving me an unclear. Oh, the trial today, I was thinking, if you give it a score, what score would you give it? Score? Gee, I guess I would, or maybe, well, I'm just as bad as you. Hey, I'm so vague. Clearly. Machi avoided a guilty verdict, which is something. Though I can't say I'm any less confused about the case. I asked Interpol about the number. I'm sure you'll find their answers intriguing. IPXF 314206. The ancient registered this number was from Romain Latouche. And the victim, Mr. Latouche, who would have guessed he was actually an undercover Interpol agent? What a mess. We don't have any idea who it was investigating. Well, true, but we know who shot him now. Lamar told us the whole court. Wait, that voice just now. It was him. I am sure of it. The voice I heard talking to Mr. Latouche. When I heard the gunshot fire, it was him. It was Mr. Darien. It's another mystery, Apollo. I love mysteries. I don't. Speaking of mysteries, what is Mr. Wright up to? I wouldn't mind asking his opinion. Now that you mention, I haven't seen Daddy around. What? Is he some kind of stray when he wanders in and out of Will? I wouldn't say that, but he's been going in and out a lot. Top secret mission, he said. Top secret? Anyway, you can't just rely on him to save the day. You got me to help you. Well, we'll be fine. Fine. Right. Well, time's not wasting, as they say. Let's investigate. That's the spirit. Lamar dropped the bomb in court today. It was Darien. Lamar said she never forgotten a voice, right? So cool. I guess. What's that called again? Elephant ears? I bet that's what they're called. Somehow I don't think that means what you mean. Well, she has to be wrong this time. Wrong? Why? I mean, look, those gunshots were right during the concert. That's right, I was burning up the dance floor at the time. Right, did you happen to look up a stage? Maybe at Darien even? You bet I did. He was one of the Gaviniers guitarists after all, he's so cool. Oh, right. All the Gaviniers have a rock-solid alibi. He couldn't have shot Mr. Latouche backstage. But Lamar heard him, did she? You heard Darien backstage, right? Somebody either wrong or lying very badly here. Interpol agent, I was wondering, what is Interpol anyway? Huh? Interpol? They're the guys who catch international criminals. Why can't they just call them international police instead of making up some silly name? Yeah, anyway, do you think he was investigating Lamar? What? Why would anyone do that? She's not a criminal. She couldn't be. Don't be fooled by appearances is all I'm saying. Remember, I'm a magician, Apollo. I can spot a palm corn in 50 paces. If only that were that easy. In any case, we know he was working on something. I wonder if it was something that has something to do with something. Not something being our case, the last something I mean. Something like that. Frankly, the whole thing is making my head hurt. What's Mr. Latouche up to? Trucy? Was that another one of your tricks? It wasn't me! You can't even make Mr. Hat laugh like that. Whatever the Mustang gives way of miracles, or word is whispered. Ramois! Hey, the other day. Eee! Who's there? We didn't just imagine that, did we? He's wearing a silk hat. Friend of yours? Harley! We meet again! Nice to meet you. Who are you? Can you please stop smirking like that? It's you, Uncle Valet! Uncle Valet? He's your uncle? No, silly! The great Gramarye, Valet Gramarye! Grand Magician! Yes, it is I, the great Valet Gramarye, as seen on television. Could you please stop smirking like that? It's been a while, the abyss Trucy, 7 years to be exact. My, how you've grown. Good to see you again, Uncle Valet. You look exactly the same. I hate to intrude, but what is the great magician doing paying us a visit? I believe it was you who wished to see me, so be quick with your questions. And do not quarrel, quake, and quiver. I am quite tame. Though the stardom may sheer the sight, I'm quite down to earth when need calls. He does have a certain aura in him, that's true. Let's ask him about the kiss, Apollo. His aura sure ain't lost in the magician in the making. Practically drooling with enthusiasm. After all, Uncle Valet's one of Daddy's best friends. That's why I call him Uncle. But what? Daddy? You mean Mr. Wright? No, I mean my real daddy. Trucy's real father? Wait, Apollo, don't tell me you don't know about Troop Gramarye? Troop Gramarye? No. But it does sound kind of familiar. Oh, lost life. Vastly lifeless lad. To not know the greatest trooper magician on the planet, Valet Gramarye. The name begins to surface in my mind. It's the name I heard on television as a child. You bet you heard the name. He made a cruise ship disappear and blew up an amusement park. Oh, and he made all this gold disappear from his safe, and then escaped from a high security prison. You said he was a magician? I open the locks of hearts chained by mediocrity. This is a true miracle of true grammar. Wait. What, Apollo? I do remember seeing you on television a long time ago. Weren't you with someone else? Like a duo? A duo? Yeah, you had a partner. Something Grammary. Yes, Zack Grammary. A masterful maker of magic, capable shifter of shining swordsmanship. Why is everyone so quiet? Daddy. Daddy? Huh? Oh, no way. Once upon a time, true Grammary included two grand magicians. Myself, Bella Grammary, and my partner, Zack Grammary. And this Zack was... He was my real daddy. His father, a magician. I guess it makes sense. I had no idea. There wasn't much point in talking about it. Not now that he's gone. Oh, I'm sorry. No, it's okay. I'm not lonely. Not my daddy after all. You make me laugh, Apollo. Glad that I'm good for comic relief at least. Not that I see daddy not around much these days. I've been reminiscing and missing my reasons for my visit. Reasons? Two, in fact. The first being, of course, to see you, Miss Lucy. You don't know how happy I am to see you again, Uncle Valet. I'm sure you are. Not once from modesty, are you? When I encountered you at the Colosseum, the first time in 7 years, I could defend no contain my emotions. I wept oceans. To learn you now defend the poor pianist, the blinded boy. 'Twas the hot topic of talk amongst the staff, you know. And defend him you did. Well, it wasn't all my doing. I'm a defense attorney, actually. My other reason for coming here today was this. That's the videotape? Quite so. A recording of the concert, no less. I brought it for you, Lucy, on behalf of True Grammary. Would you watch it? Don't worry, I'm not gonna sing again. I'll let you guys enjoy this. Wow, it's almost as good as it was live. So what's the word? Mysterious. There's more mysterious things here than there's song going on. Way more mysterious. Oh, this Valid Grammary has good reasons to be here today. But I wonder what his reasons were to be at that concert. Mr. Charlie, the potted plant. Huh? Your leaves are looking a little brown. Good morning, Mr. Charlie. Ah, Mr. Charlie, your leaves. Maybe you weren't giving him enough water? No, I must be stressed. He's worried about the new recruit in the office. Hey, don't blame it on me. You were watering him, right? Your daddy's trying to water him this week. Ah, this guy has been away for his top secret mission, no? I'm sorry, Mr. Charlie. This is all my fault. Water you soon. I promise. So I was wondering, that stunt in the middle of the song there. Didn't see a stunt. What about Landmark vanishing and reappearing? Oh, that I guess I'm too used to seeing that happen in real life. So young to be jaded. A simple and sleight of hand, a predicted. I'm missing that. A modicum of magic from me to you. So that's why you were at the concert. Yes. I was there to watch my trick take to the air. So you are the one who knows how it was all done. Of course, I am like a deity with the stage in my domain. I suffer no mystery upon those bloodless boards not Grace's tight plastic fingers. It is a potent, primordial power I possess. Well, do you think you could tell me how it was done? Hey now, you see? That's like totally against the rules, Apollo. Not during a murder investigation, it's not. That's not for my illusions are my law, monsieur. Also what? Recall that a terrible concurrence happened later. Well, after my illusion enters the audience. Oh, don't even ask, I won't answer. Too bad for you, Apollo. Whose side are you on? I Valet Grammar, now make my leave, Miss Trucy. No need to rush, Uncle Valet. You should stay for a while. I am afraid I cannot. I may not, I shall not. I have been asked to assist with the analysis, and so I will sink back into the sea. So, you'll be at the concert venue today? Correct. If you would call on me, come to the Coliseum. See you later, crocodile. The whirl of his cloak and the wink of his eye, turn around and walk out to the door normally. Well, here you go, Apollo. Get cracking. Right, Valet Grammar. I got a few more things to ask him. Foremost among them, the bit of a magic that made Landmark so weird. And how he knows Trucy and her real father. Might not be guilty, but he's still a suspect. Oh, they don't have any decisive evidence. Yeah, but only someone as small as him could have talked out of the room. Right, the air vent. And he lied. Lied? Much do I can't see. Ah, Machi! Speak of the devil. He looks like he's doing okay. I forgot. Why did we come here? Not like you can talk to him or anything. Words are overrated. Feelings are what matter, Apollo. Kinda hard to build a court case on feelings. But since we're here anyway, might as well get what we want and sit out on our chest. If you need someone to complain to, I'll listen. At least he's actually away from me. So, what do you think of the trial today? I'm glad he doesn't understand English after all. If he did, he would have been scared out of his mind by the trial. Hey, also that ends well. You have to be more goal-oriented, or if he's innocent, we win. No, if he's all not guilty, we win. Machi may not understand English, but I bet he gets that better than you do. Huh? I'm glad Landmark testified. What a great person. She even got Machi off the hook by naming another suspect. There, the Gaviniers, the detective. I wonder if Machi knows what happened. I mean, if he could follow how the trial went as well. If no one told him there's a new suspect, how would he know? Hey. What is it, Apollo? No, it's nothing. I must be imagining it. Imagining what, Apollo? It's just, I couldn't help but feel that, I don't know, Machi doesn't understand what we're saying, right? How could he? He's a young Porcini and he doesn't speak English. Yeah, but my bracelet is reacting to him. Huh? Maybe it's malfunctioning? Or it's scared because you keep making those I'm so mad faces? Was that bad? I should lie about not being able to see. But what if he's... That's not all he's lied about. If you're curious about it, there's only one thing to do. You should ask him. I think it'll take something big to get him some kind of undeniable evidence. We'll be back, Machi. Oh, Machi. You can see, right? Machi can see it, Landmark can't. This whole world's gone topsy-turvy. Sorry, Apollo, I don't think we're going to get any information out of Machi. Which makes sense. Yeah, I guess it does. what a great day. It's perfect weather for soothing. The weather matters for investigation. Don't some days just feel like magic days or defense days? I'm sure. Let's get started, shall we? Right on! Show us your stuff, Apollo. What stuff? Voice training. This is the perfect place for it. I did enough at home, thanks. Oh, there's no need to be shy. Keep that up, you'll never make it big on the stage. I'm happy in the courtroom, thank you. I am a lawyer. You're in luck because it's lawyer weather today. Don't you want to face the blue sky and shout objection? Look, the weather has nothing to do with lawyers. Let's get going already. It's our attorney. Lamar. I'm sorry about today. There's nothing you need to apologize for. I'm really defending Machi. Are you okay? Alone, I mean? It's our best with 5 senses. Even robbed by one, we get by. Oh, it does not make being a witness rather difficult. Speaking of seeing, you know who we were seeing before we spotted you just now. We weren't even talking. I heard your footsteps several times the day before. Oh, you must have great ears. Ears that heard the crime taking place. Or so she claimed yesterday, but how? That was quite a statement you made today in court. About hearing Darian Creston's voice at the scene of the crime. I did not know his name. I'd never forget a voice. Wait. Lamar? Is something the matter? That voice just now. It was him. I am sure of it. No way! As I said in court, I was on my way backstage from the stage. That's when I heard his voice. I'm guessing Darian Mr. Batus was talking about something? The next moment I heard those gunshots. Why didn't you call security? To be honest, though the noise was quite frightening, I never imagined the gunshots might be real. And I was in quite a hurry myself. I left the scene at once. So it really was Darian's voice that she heard. Yeah. At least she certainly thinks it was. I met Machi before my debut as Lamar. I was sitting in a restaurant in Virginia. He was playing the piano? Yes. He was very kind to me when I could not see. Is that when you started playing opposites? Did Machi pretending he couldn't see? No, it wasn't then. That began after I made your debut. After I became known as the landscape painter of the town. That must have been tough for Machi. Pretending he couldn't see and all that while acting as your eyes. He held hands always. He would write with his finger in the palm to signal me things I should know. He is a smart, gentle boy. I think I see what she's getting at. Machi would never harm a soul. Or Mr. Latus. Ah yes, he was an Interpol agent, I hear. So you had no idea? Of course not. No one did. I guess that's what it means to be undercover. But someone was after him. They had to know who he really was. Why did he pose as my manager? I do not understand. You had no idea? I can only assume that he was investigating me. But why? What makes you think that? Perhaps it is not so, but I can't deny the possibility. Because of my condition. As my prison enveloped in darkness, so too did my past clouded from memory. Clouded, right. The darkness that I fear is not the darkness that I see whenever I open my eyes. The real darkness lies in my heart. In your heart? I have no memory of the time before I became Lamar. I woke from darkness, into darkness you might say. I was sitting in the restaurant those days. What did they say about not being able to remember the light? I do not know my past. Perhaps I committed some terrible crime in my past. Everything before becoming Lamar is lost to me. But I don't think you... I can think of no other explanation. Why else would an agent of Interpol approach me? Do you think that your past might be related to this case? No way, that seems really unlikely to me. I mean, you're such a sweet person, Lamar. Thank you. Machi too tells me this often when I fear that I'm home. I might have seen. We took a look at your performance again. It was even better the second time. Thank you. That reminds me. What was an incredible illusion you pulled off? Illusion? When you teleported from one stage to another, remember? Ah, yes. Apparently they hired a professional magician. Valid grammar. I was wondering, Do you think you could tell us how it was done? I'm afraid I cannot. Mr. Gremory made me swear to never tell a soul. I was afraid of that. How to be a magician if you can't keep a secret, you know? I remind you that I wish to speak to you about something. Yes? When I was walking this hallway before, I stumbled upon a small device of some kind. It was lying on the floor. Device? Maybe you mean this? It's been lying there since the day before yesterday. Might I touch it? I thought as much. What? What did you think? This is one of our headsets. Everyone on staff wears one during the concert. I wonder who this is. We use it for communication. It would be quite inconvenient should it go missing. We'll hold on to it for you then. We'll give it to Prosecutor Gavin when we see him. Yes, that's best. Thank you. So, can I put it on? Attach? I'm not some kind of robot. Apollo? And one staff was wearing one of these headsets. This might warrant some further inquiry. Can I ask you about this headset, Lamore? You said that all concert wear staff were wearing one? It's correct. We needed to communicate across such a large stage. Everyone in the staff had one, of course. And all of our band members too, I should think. Prosecutor Gavin and his lackeys had them on too then. Quite helpful, though limited. They only were within 30 feet or so. After all, they're only being used on stage. And the stronger signal would interfere with the sound system. That makes sense. You think someone would notice if they dropped their own communication lifeline. So why was this one lying here? That song. Is that the one Lamore was singing? Yeah, you're right. Guitar Serenade. Wow, I'd love to do a show on the stage like this. I'll come to see that. The house is full and has one the audience size of wonderment. There I am singing my ballad, rose petals swirling through the air. Not bad. Wait, aren't you a magician? Oh! That's right. I was a magician, wasn't I? No dedication. Aha! If it wasn't Miss Trucy, and indeed it is. Uncle Valet! What exactly are you doing here? I take real responsibility on tests I'm taking. I'm restricting my equipment illusion to make sure not is missed. What a more temporation illusion! Ooh! Should anything go wrong, it would reflect poorly upon me and my troop. As I went about my exciting examination, I happened to notice that piano. I remember that fair lady melancholy melody. Hey Paul, maybe Uncle Valet can shed some light on this whole thing for us. I was wondering about the show that night of the murder. Lamore's vanishing was your illusion, right? Indeed, the Purple Prosecutor petitioned my performance. At the climax of the song, he said, make her disappear. Like a dream. Yet, what can I work on with a stage meant for musical endeavors? There is none that inconveniences of a stage built for sortious acts. It wasn't a challenging task, and so I accepted. He disappeared from the top of the tower, but in order to move, you would have had to use some sort of secret tunnel. People come to me because I'm professional among professionals. My illusions are custom made for a time and a place. Now, because of the murder, all the eyes of the nation are on this concert. Not a bad thing as far as the fortress of true Gremory are concerned. So, you were here checking up on your trick to make sure it went well. And went well it did. Now, speaking of pianos. That piano over there troubles me. It troubles you? Why? Why? Why do you ask why? I think it's probably quicker to just go check it out myself, thanks. I know what you were thinking in the head of yours. Gremory, yes, you say. I recall seeing him on television. Something of that sort? Actually, yes, you're right. Wow, he just read your mind, Apollo. Or everyone tells him, and he makes a good guess. It was 20 years ago. A young magician, a genius at the first time, came down among us. His name was Magnifi Grammary. He was he who began the great true Grammary. In his prime, not a day passed that he did not play amongst the scenes of every TV there was. I do have a vague memory of someone like that on TV. Yet several years ago, that time came to an end. My troupe pulled a vanishing act, yes. Cries for magic no longer heard. The TV screens are barren waste, stripped of illusion. That's not true. I still win all these shows. Get that one in the parking lot down in the supermarket. You start playing in supermarket parking lots, you know you're in trouble. We hone our skill at these small venues, always wasting our time. Yes, one day we will rise, out from obscurity onto fame's shining stage once more. I do think not only this is the magic of the Grammary, but for my partner. Your partner, you mean? Yes, Zach Grammary. Just his father. Before he disappeared 7 years ago. There's no name higher than Grammary in show business circles. None. You will see us return in glory. I, Valet Grammary. Our founder, Magnifi Grammary, was truly a genius, a worker of miracles. I'll never forget the one I saw when I was little. How he made the whole jumbo jet go, what happened to the jet again? Apparently someone didn't remember it all too as he thought. All the would-be magicians came to this door, only Zack and I had the talent. And no time at all, Valet and Zack were the shining stars of the Grammary crown. Cool, huh? Zack Grammary was my daddy. Now that Master Big and Zack are gone, I have but one wish. Let it be I, Valet Grammary, who brings the Grammary miracle back to the big stage. I'm rooting for you. Miss Trucy, you cannot grow up quick enough. I need your skill by my side. One skill coming up! I really managed to get off the top of this case so quickly all the time. That's one big piano, I never actually played one. You should get Mr. Wright to teach you sometime. No good, he can't play either. I kinda feel bad for the guy now. Maybe now's my big chance. Stand back. This could be my debut of a prodigy. Ew. Did you make that noise just now? Let me try it again. You know, I think something's stuck on the piano. Time to take a look under the hood. Huh? Look! This was stuck between the strings. It looks like some kind of switch. Someone has thrown this into the piano. Uh-oh. There's only one person I know who can munch with such venom. What are you doing here? Hello, Emma. You're looking as grumpy as ever. Why am I supposed to be happy? You give me a second degree in court and prosecutor Gavin makes me look like a fool. You're talking about the bloodstain Mr. Latouche left? My department chief had a field day with that one. Even the blind person could see the shooter wasn't blind. Funny guy, huh? That bloodstain helped uncover the biggest mystery of all. Now we know that Mr. Latouche was really with Interpol. But we would have found that without you. I suppose. Maybe that's what the chief gave me these after he was finished chewing me out. That was my reward. Are chocolate snackers popular down the precincts or something? I was hoping we could check out the crime scene again. Be my guess, you're not going to find any clues in here. Though I did find something strange. Something strange? Hit my embarrassment quota for the year, that's for sure. Well, that's a good thing, isn't it? How? I mean, think about it. Now you don't have to be embarrassed about everything else all year. If only that worked that way. It just bugs me to think a little kid outsmarted me. And it makes him even more suspicious now that I know he can see. You could have seen the air dug and you could have shot the revolver. That's not how it sounded in Landmark's testimony. You mean her saying she heard Detective Darian's voice at the scene? That's right. Why can't we have a normal, straightforward killing once in a while from this country? I'll pretend I didn't hear that. Is it true you said in court today you know about the case? About how everything was happening according to those song lyrics? The guitar serenade, you mean? The link, you know? First, Prosecutor Gavin's heart-shaped key spring was stolen, and then more flew in the air. And Prosecutor Gavin's guitar caught on fire. In the end, the bullet took Mr. Latu's life, and he went up in the sky with the guitar. Well, 15 feet up at least. It's kinda hard to chalk it up to coincidence, I know, and I found it. You think the same person did all of this? Don't ask me, I didn't do it. Neither did I. I didn't fit through the event anyways. What? You think that did it? I'm not sure about this girl. Just a little, I must have passed it over yesterday. I found it on the sofa. What is it? Part of some device, I think. I haven't a clue what. A bit sticky now that the end looks familiar, so I have to examine it. Turns out it's an antenna. Oh, like on a beetle? Like on a cell phone. This device must use electronic signal of some sort. Electronic signal, you say? Do you think they could take a look at this? A small device. Looks like a transmitter. A transmitter? You press the switch here and it sends off a signal. No idea what it's for though. Signal. You need an electronic signal? What is it, Apollo? Say, Emma, you think that strange object you said that you found? Oh, this? Let me try pressing the switch. Youch! It's on fire! And this device is on fire! What's the big idea? Ah! Oh, now we know what this is, an igniter. This part here works like a lighter. You really let me know, that's for sure. Hey, don't look at me like that. I didn't do it on purpose. Apollo's at me. He's getting somewhere with this case. Hey, Apollo. Tell us know more about the switch. Now that she has some first-hand experience. What are you trying to do? Burn me alive? Come on, it was just a few sparks. Says you. You're the one holding it. There are no sparks flying around here with just you two talking. Anyways. Now we know this remote is an igniter. Let me see that for a second. Well? Oh, this is definitely a little transmitter. Signal's weak. Probably only reaches 30 feet. Transmitter, huh? Incidentally, if you look at this cross-section diagram in the stage area, let's see, 30 feet from Landmark's dressing room. That covers the backstage area completely. It also looks like it would cover the stage. It kind of seems unlikely anyone could use this on the stage. Guess I better be getting on with my investigation. We ought to look more closely elsewhere then. I feel bad just knowing what this thing is now. I'll have to look into igniters a bit more later. Good luck! I'd like to know a bit more about igniters myself. There is actually one more thing to do. A speaker monitoring the case. It was blurring at the time of the shooting. It's pretty well modeled for such a nice place. I guess I don't care about sound quality back then, as long as you could hear it. I don't know, Lost Fidelity could probably make such music work. Good speakers must cost a lot. Have any idea how much a nice one that size could cost, Apollo? Probably a good 10 years of your allowance, give or take. What? That's almost $600. $5 a month? Poor Trucy. Wait until she finds out you need to buy 2 speakers for a stereo. Trucy's woes is to have learned Trucy's monthly allowance. What? Come to laugh at the murderer? Darian! That old bag opens her pie hole and what bam, my life's going down the chute. Thanks. They won't let me work while I'm a suspect. Darian isn't in the best of mood, is he? Not many people are these days, it seems. This is a crime scene, not exactly the happiest place to hang out. And Gavin had to go rob Salt in the womb. My alibi's rock solid. Rock solid! So like your alibi. You have to ask. The shooting happened right in the middle of the 3rd act. That's right. Ninja was playing when I heard those gunshots. I found Mr. Latou's dead. I got 10,000 witnesses who saw me too. Right there on that stage. You're trying to play with something else. Thanks, little lady. See? That whole thing's a sham. I can't believe they aren't letting me work. Don't need to yell at me. It's Landlord's fault. He was the one who said she heard the voice at this moment of the crime. Man, I never even talked to that old windbag. How could she possibly identify me? They won't let you work? You won't let me work! Gavin! Says I gotta lay low till the suspicion is clear. What suspicion? It can't be such a trick in the mud. Mr. Gavin is sticking in the mud? He may look all flashy and showy, but he's straight as an arrow, man. Except when he's depressed. You heard him whining on one day? Oh, you mean the thing with the mixing board? And there was that performance just now. What was that all about? This part is off. Which is that? Second guitar? Ah! It was you, Darian! He's just a perfectionist is all. Not a bad guy, really. Well, I think the Gaviniers are best. I have all your albums. The band's fine too. Gavin can write a good tune, I'll give him that. I'm gonna think of it, I haven't seen Prosecutor Gavin around much. Oh, him, he's down at the prosecutor's office, most likely. Prosecutor's office? I've never been there, have I? The data of the victims should have come from Interpol. Normally I'll be down there dealing with it, normally. Oh, let's go check it out. I always wanted to see the prosecutor's office. Maybe not such a bad idea. Right on! Say hi for me, okay? Oh, and screw you. And tell them I want into the crime scene. We'll be going now. Hey, wait! Yes? What do you really think happened? Really? You don't think I did it, right? Oh, well... Great! Plan to install that guy with some confidence. Just remember, I was ripping up the stage when it happened, okay? Ripping! Don't get lit straight with some siren song, eh? Get this one wrong, you'll be eating humble pie for a year. I'll bake it myself. Let's not talk to him anymore, alright? Mr. Darian Chrism, he's one stone I'd leave unturned if I had a choice. So, this is it. The Gaviniers' head office. Not the band's office, the prosecutor's office. Yes, so what am I asking? What is this creepy thing, object, whatever? Looks like Prosecutor Gavin's on the phone. Oh well, guess we'll have to come back. Or we can hide behind the bookshelf real quiet like. That's eavesdropping. I was just waiting quietly so he won't notice. What if he heard something scandalous about the band? He'll make a good reporter. For a gossip mag. What? A replica? But why was he after her in the first place? Yeah, Latou's. Latou's? Look, don't talk to me like this is more genius, okay? Just get me that report, chop chop! And stop leaving mysterious objects in my office, okay? It's time like this when I start to miss Darian. Huh? Hiya! Just thought we'd drop in, hope you're not mad. How could I be? There's not enough tea here for no longer than this. Have a seat. Prosecutor Gavin, a philosopher. Watch and learn, Apollo. So, what did you come to see? Huh? Javier, are you vocalist of the Gaviniers? Or Prosecutor Gavin, scorches the courtroom? What do you think he means, Apollo? I think he's giving us a choice. You're either asking about the concert or the case. Which way to go? Ah, that reminds me, did you see the paper today? Yes! I always read the TV section. Good girl. How about you here, Forehead? I read the funnies. And you will not have you miss. Concert of Tragedy, the Prosecutor's Deadly Song? Oh, is that the new show? I always heard about that one. Not a show, it's an article. News, you know. Oh, does it have anything to do with the case? Since getting past the trial, my phone's been on the ringing off the hook. How does it feel to take on the man's life with a song? Have you ever hummed a man all the way to death row? Do you think you could sing for me all over the phone? There's endless things to the case you made today, of course. Oh, Paula's idea! Hey! I have a newspaper over there, too? Ah, yes, the Virginia Daily Bugle. Go ahead, take a look. Thanks, but I can't read Virginia. Oh, that's right. The sophisticated say it's a big news over there as well. Though they didn't go as far as to mention the lyrics to my song. Probably no one in Virginia could believe it. It's probably seen as just a theory at this point, a game theory. The journalists didn't see it to need to mention it. That makes sense, I hardly know what to think of it myself. My March testimony will probably be in the evening edition, I imagine. Which is why I have better to step down from the investigation for now. Yeah, we ran into him moping in front of the Coliseum. That was my invited guest, so it's a rather delicate situation. You understand how much I want to solve this case? Quickly, if possible. I really love that song, it's such a great atmosphere to it. You co-wrote it with Landmark, if I remember correctly. That's right, it was last year. I had gone to toward Virginia legal system as a matter of fact. You don't think you heard Landmark's voice? It was a small jazz club. I wept that night. I knew I had to meet her. To talk to her. So I used my influence. Not inconceivable to arrange a meeting. Wow, prosecutors really do have a lot of clout. I think he's sort of a special case, Trucy. Thankfully, she liked the work I did, and we wrote the song there backstage. Machi on piano, the duelist voice, and myself on the guitar that I borrowed from Landmark. Good music history was made. Probably not an experience your average lawyer could ever have, like Apollo, say. It is a memory I hold dear in the song we wrote that night. With this. And the lady guitar is right over there. You mean the charred lump? Don't call it a lump, that's a piece of history. And it's only brown, not only charred. No matter, I'll never sing that song again. I wouldn't have used the guitar again either, even if I could have. What happened during that song anyway? Why did the guitar suddenly catch on fire? Do you think you could show it to us? Your charred and slightly burnt guitar? I'm sure he doesn't mind. What more could happen to it? What's impressed a bit of pyrotechnicness? That's the guitar from the concert, isn't it? I thought it was when the staff playing a gag on me. I never guessed it was the end of it. I had a specialist on with her guitar, incidentally. Oh, did you find anything out? I didn't have a lot of time, so it's still unclear. But the results that came up were intriguing. Intriguing? How does the guitar tie into anything that went on? Sounds like something we should ask about. It was a beautiful instrument. It was played lovely for many years. Guitar befitting a woman like Landmark. How did I end up here? Gave it to me. I mentioned how much I enjoyed playing her that night, and she made a present of it. This guitar's from Virginia? That it is. You couldn't carry on the plane. Changes of air pressure and humidity ruined the wood. It was vacuum packed in the Landmark studio. I used a special shipping service available to me for transporting evidence. They brought it right up to my office for me. Pristine and untouched. See? Prosecutors do have a lot of clout. I still think he's a special case. He's a valuable guitar. It's too bad he got burnt. What was that you were saying earlier? Something that intrigued results of the examination of the guitar? That's right. What was that all about? Oh, you know how the guitars have a round hole in the front? It's called the sound hole. Oh, so that's what it's called. Oh, they found something attached to the wood just inside the hole. A broken device of some sort. A broken device? Yes, this, in fact. The examiner was busy with evidence for the case now, however. So he'll be checking this out once he's finished with everything else. Odd. That device looks strangely familiar. It has to be one of these. What is it, Apollo? That device that was found in your guitar? Take a look at this. Why, that looks like the same thing. What is it? It's an igniter. Another one? It was at the crime scene, in Lamore's dressing room. That this guy found it, actually. The scene of the crime? What could this mean, I wonder? What's that on the plate there? Is that gum? Gum? Maybe he was chewing it when the phone rang? They put it on the plate for later consumption? You know, Rockstar could afford a fresh stick? Don't talk to any conclusions now. That's no shooting, I'm taking a closer look. Although I really shouldn't be offering, should I? What is that? Looks like kind of lump of plastic. Hey, that phone call. Yeah, so that's why I'm asking. What is this creepy thing? Object. Whatever. Looks like Prosecutor Gavin's on the phone. What? A replica? So why was he after in the first place? Yeah, Latouche. Prosecutor Gavin, does this have something to do with Liz Latouche? Wait a second. You were listening to my phone call, weren't you? Who, us? I tried to stop him, really, but he forced me to. Hey, you were the one digging for the scandal, Miss Reporter. To tell you the truth, I'm not even sure what it is. But apparently it's a model of something undercover agent Mr. Latouche was after. This lump? Would you mind telling us more what you know more about it? This was found in Mr. Latouche's bag. It's apparently a replica or something. A replica? It's a small lump about 1.5 inches. We analyzed it, but there's not much to say other than it's a lump of plastic. Perhaps it was used to identification or whatever in the replica. You mean, whatever Mr. Latouche was after? Seems to be the most logical explanation. Well, what is it? Don't ask me for long. Oh, if you don't want to tell us, you could just say so. Put in a request in the phobia of my contacts with Virginia. But apparently there's a block on information somewhere along the chain. Oh. There's something either Interpol or Virginia doesn't want us to share. Something about this little piece of plastic. Mr. Latouche went all of that trouble to become Lamore's manager. Just to come to this country to find out more about this lump? And he died for it. I sent someone to the Coliseum to fetch Lamore. Perhaps you know something about it, being Virginia. I believe that covers everything I have the liberty to talk to you about. Oh. Thanks for dropping by, Kid Forehead. Thanks? Well, you gave me so much information, that igniter, for instance. Oh, that. I never met an attorney so forthcoming with the prosecution. It's a big help. But perhaps you're just a tad naive, I guess I could have hit it, but somehow showing it felt like the right thing. I could say the same to you, Prosecutor Gavin. Thanks for the information. About the strange lump of plastic. The one that Mr. Latouche was investigating. Yeah, that's right. I've been thinking here, Forehead. We encounter many incidents of our lives, all of us, not all of them simple. Especially not the ones where people are killing us on lyrics. That is why I try to at least remain simple inside. And I keep a simple goal to discover the truth. That's why I like to keep it simple, yeah? That is all. I can live with that. Mr. Prosecutor? For long. Can I ask you why you sing in the band? Because I want women to turn and look when I walk down the street. That's pretty simple too. Now if you'll excuse me, I got work to do. Another time perhaps? Oh, it's you! Came at a good time. Hello there, Emma. What's up? You know where Lamore is? Well, I saw her in the backstage hallway a while ago. Yeah? That's strange. What's strange? I can't find her anywhere. I was supposed to bring her in the prosecutor's office. Lamore's missing? It's hard to imagine her wandering around somewhere on her own. Being that she's blind and all. Yeah, we'll help you look for her. Great, thanks. This place is deserted. I wonder where Lamore went off to. I'm sure she's okay on her own. She seems resourceful. I guess, but I can't help worry about her a little. Huh? You say she's pitch dark. Power breaker must be off in this section. Great. I'll go get someone. Yikes, it was really dark out there. Dark. That's all Lamar has when you think about it. What would it be like to live in a world of darkness? Hey, Apollo. Huh? What? Doesn't something about the station's different to you? Think something's changed? Changed? I can't put my finger on it, but it's bugging me. Now it's bugging me too. What's he talking about? Hey, that case. Wasn't that open before? Huh? I guess someone closed it. Wait, look, where's that case closed? Something's sticking out. That doesn't look like an instrument. You don't think it's... Let's open it, Apollo. Eek! Emma! 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 We have to get Emma! Everyone was taken directly to the hospital. Emma ran around barking orders, making phone calls. Susie just punched in my arm and cried. And me, I was still in shock. 2 bodies in 2 days is too many. Emma, how's Lamar? Is she okay? You owe you a big thanks, that's for sure. So, she's okay? Yes, we came here a short while ago. We found her before it was too late. That's good to hear. So, what happened? Someone attacked her. She was struck on the forehead. By who? You don't know. But they hit her on the forehead, right? That's right in front of her. How could she not see? Oh. Right. Would you like to see her now? Is that alright? She wants to thank you for saving her life. Lamar! Mr. Attorney, you really want to found me? Thank you from the bottom of my heart. I'm just glad you're okay. Tell me, what happened? After I spoke to you in front of the dressing room, I sensed someone approach me. I thought it might be someone coming to see me, but they said nothing. When I went to enter my dressing room... You were hit? I knew. The very moment I knew. That segment was trying to kill me. No! It was lucky for me the first blow did not knock me out. I turned and ran for the stage. Someone was chasing me. I could hear footsteps. I had to reach the stage first. Why the stage? I had overheard many of these people talking. The power of the stage was off, they said, for electrical work. Darkness was my ally. There was a contraband case near the stage. That is where I hid. So I sadly couldn't see you. Once in the case, I'm afraid I passed out. Wow, that sounds like a real close call. Do you have any idea who it might have been? Fortunately, no. Whoever it was, they said not a word. Too bad. Yeah, and I consider that I was struck high in the forehead. That must conclude that whoever hit me was taller than I am. Good point. Sharp. And you're much taller than I am. You're about as tall as Apollo. So that means I was likely an adult, or probably a man. Could it be him? Why would anyone attack you, Lamar? The detective asked me this too. And to her, I gave you the same answer I gave you. I do not know. Lamar, I wanted to ask you about this. Do you know what this is? This is what? Mr. Latouche was carrying it. It's a replica of the thing she was after. She was after? You know, in a secret identity. Some undercover agents. Well, that's what he was doing. You mean you know what? Yes, I know, of course. This must be a Virginia cocoon. Or rather, a convincing record for thereof. Why haven't I heard about this Virginia cocoon before? Why do they carry this around? Is this some kind of souvenir? I wonder. Well, they call it Virginia. I'm not really fond of Virginia. For certain, all the Virginia know of these. It's a cocoon, so do you think it gets silk from it? I don't know the details, I'm sorry to say. I thought she said all the Virginia knew of these. There's one fact I do know about the cocoon, though. It does all the Virginia know? What's that? The cocoons, they are not to be taken out of the country. If someone does and is caught, they will be put to death. To death? Why? I do not know. That an interpol was involved. I'm sure there was a good reason. But this is just a piece of plastic! He was carrying a replica, but looking at the real deal. That's my best guess. So that's what he was up to. Tracking down Virginia cocoon smuggling. Smuggling? Seems I was marked. Marked? Life changed for me within a popularity of my song. I began to travel around the world. Ah, so you could have brought this Virginia cocoons with you. On my trips, yes, that was probably suspicion. And Mr. Latus was placed on an undercover agent to look for it. Virginia is a small, sheltered country. Not many are people venturing into the world outside. Is that where they expect you? But Mr. Latus wasn't a Virginian, was he? He was an Interpol agent, which means... What, Apollo? There must be some reason why Virginia doesn't want those cocoons getting out. Something scary enough to get Interpol involved. Huh? Like what? How could such a tiny ball of thread just cause such a commotion? Cocoon smuggling. And Mr. Latus had landmark marked. It couldn't be her. Huh? There's one person you need to talk to. Thank you for talking to us, Landmark. That's the least I could do. Actually, I have another request. It's within my power. I need an interpreter, someone who speaks Virginian. Hello? Would you come with us if you're well enough? I see. Yes, of course, I shall accompany you. Huh? Where are we going? Come on, Trucy. We're about to get to the bottom of this. Machi, we came to talk to you about the case. Machi? Could you interpret for us that more? Yes. Machi, I'd like you to talk to you about when we first met. When we still thought of you were blind. Now we know the truth. You can see it, right? I was completely fooled myself! Machi, is there another secret you're hiding from us? Wait, Mr. Attorney! What do you mean by secret? What do I mean by secret? Well... If I'm not mistaken, you know something about this, don't you? Hey, you got a reaction, a big one! Machi, you did it! Trucy and I are trained to see people's uncertainty. Now when we wouldn't need any training to see that one. Mr. Attorney, please tell me what this is all about. Landmark, please interpreter. Very well. I know you know something about this by your reaction. If you won't tell me, I might have to give it to the prosecution. And have them look into it. Yes, get away, do not be so hasty. Machi? Do you know everything? Yes, everything. Well, sort of. Have them tell us about it. Very well. What is this cocoon, anyways? The cocoon, the silk, is a potent cure. A cure? It must cure some disease. It's a cure for Incurtus. A cure for Incurtus? But if it's a cure, why keep it in Virginia like that? I think of all the life they could save by staring at a medicine. I don't understand the reasons myself. Okay, well, at least we know what it is, a cure. And Mr. Latus was after cocoon smugglers. Wait, was Machi... Machi, you weren't. He couldn't be a smuggler, he's so little. Well, you're only 15, you're sort of a magician, are you? Well, it's true, I am sort of a magician. She said sort of, to have a copy of the security tape. Well, Machi, are you a smuggler? You won't tell me. First he plays blind, now he plays dumb? I wonder. Do you think he brought a cocoon here to sell it to someone? Did Machi really could bring one to the country? Was he planning on making a deal for sale? can't go home. Can't go home? I can't go home to Virginia. I do not want to go home. The penalty of taking the cocoon from Virginia is death. That's right, it's punishable by death. About the case? What about the case? You want to tell us about Mr. Latu's death? This meeting's over. Darian? What do you mean? Visiting hours aren't over yet. There's a call from Machi for the Virginia embassy. This meeting is over. Sorry. Just give us 5 more minutes. We can call him after that. Sorry, no go. Come on, piano boy, we're leaving. Darian, wait! I never liked you, either of you. Huh? Darn it! You were so close! He was about to tell us! Hey, Apollo! He didn't want us to hear what Machi had to say. Apollo? And there can be only one reason why. Why is everyone ignoring me? Oh, sorry. This is it. I know who I'm after now. It all happens tomorrow in court. Alright, and that's gonna be it. Yep, that's gonna be it for now. And thankfully this time we're gonna go on a raid. Yeah. Let's raid. Yeah, why not? Let's raid Cobra. Alright. Give Cobra a like and subscribe. And with that, this is Robin Phoenix signing out. Peace.